everything discussed on the show with a grain of salt and to do their own research and fact checking when appropriate. Thank you for understanding, and now let's get into the show. And welcome to another episode of Papi J and Wize and Jefe on the BS3 network and now Real Wize TV as well. I am your host, Wize.
And I am Papi J.
And so, I don't know how you want to do this.
So,
you want to jump into that subject you want to discuss about
I get to get my shit off.
Yeah, we gotta get it out. We gotta get it off early.
Listen, I just want to say to a lot of people that fuck y'all. Listen. So I went and there was an office space for rent. So I was like, all right, let me holler at this guy. I don't want to put a nationality or ethnic background on him because I really forgot. And he was skeptic. I was like, yo, he was like, what you want this for? I was like, yo, I'm gonna make a studio out of this podcast studio. Plus I was getting both sides. So I was like, yo, one side's gonna hold my tools for the business, and then I have a podcast studio. So he started asking stupid questions. At the time, I was taking it more back because, dude, I'm here fully dressed in my stuff, gave you my Instagram page, everything. Had HR from different companies reach out to you. So I'm legit. So, but time, it's like a month and a half. So I'm like, damn, let me check on shit because every time I drive past it, the sign is still for rent. So I'm like, all right. I text him like, yo, what's up with excuse me, I'm just following up, all that nice stuff you're supposed to text. And he just sends me a screenshot of some chick that was involved in a sex scandal shit. So I'm looking at it confused, man. It's early in the morning, son. It's like I'm on the way to a job, but I'm just following up because I'm on the passenger seat of this rock. And so I opened a screenshot to see if my name was on there. Like, yo, what the fuck happened? But he Googled. So I go and I look, and it has nothing to do with me. And then the following thing after that is a text saying, a picture says 1,000 words. So I'm like, damn. Yo, dude, really? This has nothing to do with me. If you ain't want to rent me your shit, you could just said that. But the screenshot and the picture worth 1,000 words, I'm lost. You trying to say that the HR dude from this giant company answered your call and I used him as a reference and it was part of a scam? So when I text him that, next thing you know, he called me. But when he called me, he's chuckling. Ha, 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 ha. I sent it to you by accident. Ha, 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 ha. Don't take it personal. Ha, 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 ha. The reason why I ain't give you the crib is because I got other people looking at it. Ha, 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 ha. So I was super tight. I was like, yo, you bitch ass nigga. I said, yo, fuck your office space now. But at the same time, yo, I gotta let my peoples know that you this type of bozo ass nigga. So if you ever order something from one of these people that I do know, they can look at you crazy, side eye. Like, nigga, I do know people. So it's your fault that you assume anything that you wanted to assume. Granted, whatever. You could think what you want, but when you act on it, it had me super tight, son. Like super tight. Like, I was ready to ride down.
We actually do this segment because I'm gonna have him send this link to this show.
Yeah, yo, this
so you can see, yo. So you can see and let him know that if we wanted, we could put him on blast and make sure people don't nobody rent from this dude because we obviously know
So
why
he's
he
not
did
gonna
it.
rent that. Yo, you gotta be an idiot to rent a storefront. Unless you're using it for a podcast studio or something like that. Business is all mobile. So what is he looking to get from these two raggedy ass shits, man? I was gonna make work of it because I'm a contractor. So I can make anything look good. But you're not gonna just no, I wanted to ride down on that nigga. I had to call mad people to relax, man. That's why I sent it to you. I was just sending it to make sure that my anger was right. Like I just wanted to know that if I popped up on this bitch
When
ass
you
nigga,
sent it to me, when you sent that to me, I looked at it like, see, okay, is it? I went to look see if the nigga name in it. Like, is he telling is he running a sex thing and I don't know about it? Like,
yo,
yo,
dude, I didn't know
I
what
thought it
I
was
was
funny.
involved in.
I was
I
like,
said,
oh
yo,
shit.
conspiracies is real. So I had to look to see if my name was on there. Like, yo, who the fuck? One of these bitches I was talking to
Yeah.
he caught up.
So
But it
yes.
wasn't that, yo. It's just he was a piece of shit. And I did it better by just sending it to people than if my initial reaction was like to tell my man, yo, pull over, drop me back onto my whip. And I was gonna go pull up at this crib because he already told me where his crib is at and where this crib is at. And he told me a schedule. So there's no way around this if I really wanted to be. And I was there. I was like this. I had to get out of the county for a little bit, like that area. I had to leave because there was no sense of me being in this area and not walking around the corner and saying, yo, you cocksucker, say that in my face. But I did better. I'm working on it. It's working, boy. But he pushed it. He pushed it to the limit. I was like, yo, this dude is wilding, calling me and laughing. I said, nigga, what kind of professional shit is this? You calling me laughing about your mistake. My number is from PA and her number is from New York City. How you get now you don't know nothing? You were super smart during the day when I was dropping my application, or you try to be smarter than me. You fucking idiot. I was just thinking I wanted to shove your head into the wall when I met you for the place. But I was being nice because I was like, yo, this got mad potential. Let me let this dude talk to me a little with the little undertone of nigger. Like it was an niggerish undertone in there. But I let him know TRD. I respect people who suffer from it. I'm trying to adapt that suffer from TRD.
Hey, can you remind our viewers what TRT is?
Temporary racist disorder. It's just a temporary racist disorder. They're not racist all day. They don't wake up being racist. But there's a temporary disorder where it comes out and you just say, oh shit. So I'm learning not to be too surprised by the TRD people. Thoughts and prayers to all my people suffering from TRD. I don't know that there's a cure yet, but stay the fuck away from me, yo. Because what I'm going to do is give you a headache. That's what I'm going to do. But that was it, man. That was a wild experience. And I was like, wow. I was like, I always tell people I really don't experience the racism shit. Like, no matter in this field, really,
That was a moment.
that was like,
Everybody has
wow.
that one moment. Everybody has that moment, though.
Yeah, it was a while since somebody just look. I mean, I never experienced it in person. Like he would not. He would have that day I was standing there. I knew there was TRD undertone in the way he was talking to me, but I didn't. I'm a bigger man now, so I was like, all right, he's one of those dudes. He suffered from TRD. I have to think for these people, so people don't think it's a hate crime or nothing. No, I'm really considering that they suffer from TRD. I ain't gonna say your KKK is full-time racist, like you know what I'm saying. Then they got people that just got TRD, suffer from it, like they fighting against the ideology, but it's still in there. Like I was raised this way. It's not my fault. One of those people. And no, I just was like, yo, and I let him talk to me, and he was asking stupid questions, and I was answering them. And then I got a little snobbish, like, yo, dude, Marcellus, big company, nigga, what the fuck are you talking? Why you keep questioning me? Here, my Instagram, you want this, check it out. I do everything. And he was just like it was like unbelievable. Like this nigga, I'm like, dude.
Listen, it
Dude, yo,
amazing.
I didn't want this is what I'm saying. I had to, like, he kept talking to me because I was trying to get out of that house that day. Because that was that, like, he really didn't know that I just wanted to kick him through the wall. Like, and that's that TRD thing. It's sometimes you gotta think for these people, man. He's an old man. And I told you what I think about old people. Most of them, the majority of them, especially the ones that even think they business or corporate, they stuck in the race. They're racist. Then they got their children and shit might be TRD, like the offspring
Might suffer from TRD.
Yeah, it's not everybody, but some of these old, like he was like 70, 80, pushing there, like, yo, I do all the work around. He could barely stand up, he could barely walk, talking about climbing the chimney. I was like, all right, dude, you great. You do all your shit. You one of them landlords that just be up your tenant's ass. I get it. I really just want a studio. That's it. I don't care. I don't care where you come visit and do your pop-ups. That's all I want is a studio. Not no rap studio, a podcast studio. Go check out the shows. Tell me how many dudes you see in the crib jumping around in the podcast episodes I've ever done. It's not like that. But he didn't want to adapt to the new times. And then he sent me some racist shit, like some wild shit. And I just wanted to beat him up. And I just had to get it off because I'm trying to warn you, TRD people, you should go seek help. You gotta, first thing you gotta do is acknowledge that you have a problem. It's okay. If they're gonna give titles and excuses for everything, then I'm willing to even give y'all this excuse, like TRD. You suffer from it. There are negative consequences, and then if you go get help, you might go avoid some of them. But I need to be careful how y'all just do that, man. I gotta be, because they always show you the ones where the black people lose in the fight, where the black people die or something. They always show you those clips. Those are the focus. They need to start showing the clips of the repercussions for suffering for TRD and not wanting to seek help.
Yes,
there has to be a balance. We just can't always see when they get us, because then you be angry and you ain't realizing everybody suffer from this. TRD, it's like worldwide spread it. And then there's just levels to it. And there should be actions that you can do to defend yourself from people who suffer. Like, you can't do too much to a person with Tourette's, but if a person just starts swinging at you or something, whatever that is, like if somebody just starts wilding out on you, yeah, you suffer from something, but this is like a quick cure, real quick. If you suffer from it around me, there's a quick cure that I'm gonna restrain you so that you can get some help. That's it. I don't know how the restraint process gonna go about, but you're gonna slow the fuck down. You're gonna slow the fuck down, and then we're gonna call for some help, and I'll explain to the paramedics you suffer from TRD.
All right. So, you good now? You got it off your chest.
His name is David. I don't know his last name, but I'm gonna have it all his shit. I'm gonna have the number you call for the place. I will be in the show notes, and we'll give you all the information. Call that nigga and ask him.
All right. So you got it off, man. You feel better?
Yeah, I felt better yesterday. I had to leave from Albany, bro.
Can we get into the show now?
Let's get into it.
All right. So we're gonna head back to the state of Florida, where
capital,
where
capital.
There's a new curriculum, and it has to do something with how slavery was an advantage for the slaves because they got trades. They learned skills when they were slaves.
See, I really don't want to entertain this because there's nothing nice I can say about. And I really try not to be online talking. I don't really try too hard not to talk about people, but I do try not to say no names. But this dude is a cocksucker. I'm gonna say all the words in the right terminology, and hopefully it don't offend nobody. But this nigga is a bitch ass nigga, cocksucker, racist bastard, or discriminatory. I don't want to whatever word you want to put for it. He don't like nobody. I don't even know if he like the people that he fuck with. I just think that he is just trying to be Trump 3.0. He's trying to stand on some hard shit. And he's trying to.
But Trump, honestly, I don't think Trump is a racist.
He's doing a good job. I ain't saying that he did. He's even in the stratosphere of how Trump was. But he seems like somebody that's clout chasing.
Okay, so
he see
I
Trump.
gotta honest. I'm gonna say something that's gonna shock the world. I kind of like Trump. I've been watching some clips with some stuff that Trump says, and if it wasn't for a lot of the crazy shit that he said, he makes a lot of fucking sense.
Who's that?
Trump.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not comparing him to Trump, but
Okay.
he thinks that he could stand on his wild shit. He just don't understand how wild his shit is. Like Trump, we knew. See, everybody else didn't know Trump. I knew Trump, so I already knew that he suffered from TRD way before they started voting for him. I watched his TV show. That's all you have to. That's all you had to know about Trump. So he wasn't a shocker. This dude is just. He's not natural with it. This ain't him. This is not. Wait a minute. So you saying that there was an advantage in being a slave?
Yes.
So now let me see.
Because they were taught.
You got hung. Wait.
They were
You got
taught,
hung. You got hung if you was too alpha or threat. That's what they considered you. If you was an alpha male, talk back, defiant, a threat. You got lashes. So the lashes part of that thing is what? Motivation.
Yeah,
To achieve.
Motivation.
Motivation to excel.
To be the best cotton picker that you could be. The best. One example they used was blacksmith, that they learned trades.
But if you do your history, we were always the blacksmiths. This is what I'm saying, man. Let's not get it fooled. A couple of people wind up inventing something that they stole. Like, let's stop it. We already know these are just pirates, pillagers, rapists, murderers. Let's call it what it is then. So what we're going to tell you, what version of this history book you going to tell this part of your truth?
And
I don't care if you're going to, listen, honestly, my son's going to probably be one of the first elementary school dropouts. If they keep going the way they're going, then I'm going to have to die on a sword. And this is the sword I'm going to die on. He will drop out. I know enough teachers. It may not be legal, but he won't be stupid.
Well, you could be homeschooling is legal.
Yeah, but they don't make it legal in New York. Make it easy. It's like a lot of ropes. They made it so hard in New York that you might as well send them to the school. So like I said, an elementary school dropout, smarter than a lot of other people. I know a lot of teachers. I know a lot of professors. I know people. This is a village. I don't know why people think when we are the village that we just like say that. Like this ain't a scam, a gimmick. There's people that I surrounded myself and kept in good standings with then shared these thoughts with. Like, yo, I don't know, but you a teacher. And I want you and all, I will pay y'all extra. But fuck what they paying you at school. Let me know that cheap ass price. And I'm pretty sure that for my son, I can still go over what they paying and not go to private school price. Like, let's not play. We got teachers in the mix. People not utilizing them, look at them different. There's a different way of thinking. So like I said, if that's what you're going to, I don't care if you're going to teach him that it was, that should sound crazy. That should sound worse than the Chinese movies when they learn how to fight Kung Fu and they go through all the training and get, it's just like, you crazy. You can't compare slavery to this. Because one, you still stole somebody, you still did some fuckery and killed a lot of people just to get them here. So you could tell them, hey, I want you to advance in life. I want you to learn this. I just want to know how stupid this guy is. And if y'all vote for him,
it just blows my mind, bro. Because it blows my mind because you're trying to rewrite, whitewash history, and make it seem like we want to eliminate history. We want to eliminate slavery from the history books because
it makes them. Because now
we don't need to dwell on that. We don't need to dwell on that. It's in the past.
Because the younger kid, because the Gen X is rebellious.
We're Gen X.
Yeah, no, Gen Z. Like they on some like, oh word, y'all niggas try to remix this and make this seem like this was cool. And they don't want that. They don't want the bad look. But God damn it, you America. If we could go through history on history on history, and y'all just get the bad look. Yo, Europeans get the bad look. And the Spaniards too, because that was Columbus. Like, let's not let Spain just swiggle on out of here. Like you fucking conceited fucks.
Well,
like
they got French too. It was we've already said Europeans is the Europeans. So
DeSantis,
it's all of them.
He was better off just not talking about niggas then. Don't remix it. Just take it out. I didn't want to read about that anyway. It's tell you the truth, it was the worst thing that people like us had to go through because it made you bitter. It made you not trust white people. It made you feel some type of way about white people. They did this. And people still fall for the smoke and the mirrors and all this shit. So I gotta call these people stupid. I don't care who you are, how smart you are, how much money you got. If you buy into any of this ideology shit and y'all vote for this nigga, then you are stupid, TRD suffering, and I can add a whole bunch of other foul shit, but I'm gonna chill because I got it off on the first little segment. But nah, man, there's no way that we are, like, not we, but there's no way these people are just really showing how stupid they are. Like, mad people took the wrong pill and they just are walking around pretending to be somebody smart, and they are completely just dependent, useless beings. They might even be aliens. I don't know. That's why I started just label y'all niggas like different. It won't be a race, a color. It'll be just aliens. Y'all niggas is aliens to me. I don't understand this. It's just a lot of blah, 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 blah. And then once in a while, y'all say a sentence and y'all smart. And they put them in place, man, because there's no way you could just say anything. You can't flip slavery into something positive.
But that's what they're trying to do.
Man, they ain't trying. He is, and Florida is on some wild shit. I don't know what's going on in Florida with as diverse as Florida is. For some of the shit that he's coming up with, I don't know if they're trying to make that a safe city. So they're trying to get rid of all the people I don't know what's going on out there, but they got an agenda, man. It's way bigger than just pissing off the Mexicans and the blacks, because they do that all the time. This is the beginning of some wild shit in Florida, like really crazy. Like, you gotta follow-ups on this. But Florida and him, if he wins anything further past whatever the shit he's at right now, Florida's gonna be a different place. But they are building these safe cities, so they're gonna take Florida, they're gonna take New York, they're gonna take they're gonna make a safe city in Chicago. Like the big markets is the big markets, but they are gonna take a nice portion of this shit, and it's gonna be Demolition Man. That's it. It's just gonna be, you can't even enter there without you scanned, without your voice recognition. Like, you won't even be able to go into that area. Like, you will be what they consider uncivilized. And it won't be, that's when people gonna realize it didn't matter what color you was. You was never part of civilization on they shit. So they gassed you. And I don't know, with all the exposure of how fucked up shit is, people are getting dumber and dumber. And I don't know if it's purposely just running off and losing themselves in social media, or whatever it is. I don't know if it's just not enough of us really talking about. Everybody's talking about what they want to change, but they ain't really talking about it, because the shit is going the way we saying it's going. And like, since we started podcasting, we aim to be real truthful about how we view the world.
We're going to touch on podcasting in the next segment, but we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, Wize.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast.
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika.
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole.
A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan.
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street, y'all done had problems. Maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central. Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meet me of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
And we are back. So I had mentioned something about podcasting. So in this segment, we're going to talk about the rise of podcasting and exploring the audio renaissance. All right. So obviously, me and you listen to podcasts. You listen to Joe Budden. I'm sure you listen to a couple of other ones. There's some podcasts that I listen to that I enjoy. What is it about podcasts that people are being drawn to it? What is it about podcasting that people are really consuming them like crazy?
Because even in the podcast, you could tell more about the people talking than you could in music, movies, and other entertainment fields. Football, you knew them by the popular ones when they took their helmet off. They was always talked about. There's mad at them you don't know. So when you find podcasts like me, I seek out podcasts that stay in the field, like my area of interest. So if I liked you as a rapper, then I would also like to hear you speak on the mic, because you're gonna say something like people. I listen to the stories they tell. But then I also watch it to view the stories they tell. Body language. Are they capping? Are they saying it just because they've been in front of the mic? Like, I look at it for so many different things. So for me, it's always nice to get. I think it's more people are more interested in real people talking. We know what the business is. We know ESPN has a structure. There's topics they won't talk about because they don't want to get nobody all riled up. There's everybody, the analysts, everybody's all programmed to talk about the same shit every day, all the shows, beat it in your head. When you got people doing their side shit, now some of them are more free to just smoke in front of the camera, talk shit. Now you're like, wow, I relate to that. Now you become more relatable.
I know. I think podcasting allows us to be ourselves. Like, we get to be ourselves when we're on the show. There's nothing that we wouldn't say that we won't say regularly. Like, especially here, we just have a good time. We come and we speak our mind. There's no. I wouldn't say there's any subject like taboo.
There's no writers. We can always podcast because there's not a writer strike for us.
Oh, yeah. That's but we don't write our show. We don't script our show. Our show is straight off the dome. Yes, I structure the segments. I do that. But as far as what we do, and I set up what we discuss, but other than that, what comes out our mouths is unscripted. What comes out our mouths is naturally us.
And people, and that makes people like. That's why I aim to always talk the way I talk, because you cannot convince me that the whole world is getting everybody's getting the right, like what they really want from a podcast. Everybody's not wanting to hear you say it the right way all the time. Everybody is like, I just don't think, I think I'm relatable to mad people. I could tell from when I talk to some of the people that I talk to in areas where it's nowhere near where I came from. They're intrigued about some of the stories I tell. They be intrigued, they be puzzled, like how the fuck you survived that. I told one dude that the first year of the company, I ain't making no money, but stocks was all right. So I didn't really care. Second year, I only made 20,000 legit off the company. He was like, yo, I can't even imagine living off of 20,000 a year. I said, no, it's not a year. It's a startup company. I made 20,000 from zero. This year, I surpassed 20,000 in the first couple of months. So the trajectory is good, but there's mad people that don't understand how you could keep pushing through adversity. And that's why that's why I talk the way I talk. But I watch Joe Budden because it's the least scripted. They go sometimes. And then I watch every podcast. The right interviewer will get me to watch your podcast. I don't really want to. I know what your main thing is for your podcast. Is not my interest, but with the right person, even the people that host the podcast are forced to go a certain way. And I like to see how much control you have of the platform. How free is this interview? So I look at it for so many different things because we are podcasters.
Yeah.
So I learn from every podcast, and I like entertaining podcasters. And I think TV is trash. People are starting to realize it's trash. People are getting tired of all the scripted shit, and people just more interested in just hearing people talk, no matter who it is. Now the whole shit is the entertainment whole world is now podcasts. ESPN is a podcast.
Yeah, everybody has a podcast now. Everybody's doing a podcast.
They fucking the name up because they're not really a podcast. They just play the same show that you missed on audio platforms.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, all right. And even that, people, I mean, if you're a sports person and you like TV, then you're gonna roll with that. But if you really just want to hear some real shit, podcast is gonna take over, and that is it. You just gotta have subject, like you gotta have content. You're gonna be more serious. It ain't gonna be too much more of this goofy shit. People are getting tired of it. This gangster shit. People are getting tired of it, and people don't got a lot to talk about after that. And I just that's why I said we just gotta ride the wave. It's to maintain the course. Everybody was doing they standing on their integrity and not trying to flop and be a quick hit. Stand the course. Because everything else is just gonna fade as a cycle, and they mad at the cycle, so they changing mad rules, and they doing it backdoor changes, backdoor everything. Even with the salary in sports, everything's gonna get backdoored. We ain't making y'all niggas rich no more. They're gonna go back to slaves. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you came here? But I mean, I just like real. I just like anything real. I could tell the podcast is real. I could tell the person hosting the podcast is a real. You could tell genuine. You could tell when it's genuine. I'm not for the character shit. Like, it's cool, but I'm not a character podcast. I'm not gonna watch people be a different character, because if I meet you in person, you can't get mad if I judge you about the character you play. If you want to be wild on there, then when I see you, I'm gonna alienate myself from you because I think you're wild. You can't tell me, oh no, I ain't wild. I was just, because then that diminishes the whole. Now I probably will never watch your shit again. I'm just a real, authentic person. I don't want no surprises. So like you said, we talk how we feel, but we've been talking how we feel. That was the whole goal about shit. Now people got to start. Now people is just, you could tell what the topics we started with when we first started, and then you listen to, like, they watch people, man. They still pirates out there. They see what's real. They see a little thing, and then they just, oh shit, I could steal something. And we all steal from each other. It's like a crazy shit. I just don't gotta steal from you because y'all niggas is aliens. Don't see shit the way y'all see it. So I don't know what to steal from nobody. I just want to keep saying that the world is changing, man. I told you, man, when they said they was going to restructure shit, people thought it was the streets. And they doing a little building, but they changing a lot of rules. And they adding a lot of wild shit. And it ain't with the consensus of the people. It ain't a unanimous, yo, we agree to disagree. It's none of that. This is what it is, dictatorship. And if you don't, you get down or lay down.
Yeah.
But podcast is great. I don't even watch TV. I can't tell you to watch. I'd rather hear Cameron and Maze tell me about sports these days.
Oh man, I'm actually enjoying their take on sports, man.
Yeah, I'm rather and know what it is, it's real. It feels like we was all sitting in the room talking about sports.
You know what? It's conversations that we have. That's what it is. They talk about shit how we talk about it. So that's why I enjoy their take on sports. And also check out the relaunched website. It's www.realwatchproductions.com. We just relaunched it. It's tell us what you think about it. Let us know. Give us some feedback. Sign up.
Subscribe.
To the emails. Yeah, subscribe to the email.
We won't kill your email with a whole bunch of shit.
Spam, nah. We'll probably just send it once a week. But yeah, so podcasting for me has been a blessing, man. Is giving me an opportunity to just voice it's my therapy, man. It's our therapy because we both find it therapeutic, and
that's what I do it for.
And it gives us an opportunity to speak on things that we are passionate about. We've both gained so much from just the networking we've done with a lot of people, just a lot of the relationships we've built. It's helped take us to new heights and hopefully to even greater heights in the near future. But yeah, man, we got some great things coming up, man. We have the BS3 Network Awards. Maybe we don't know. We don't know if we are nominated for anything yet. We'll find out. There's a couple other things. I have international podcasting event that I'm hosting with Jefe Villa and Maria Daniels. Shout out to them. I'll share that on our links and our websites. But yeah, for us, it's been great because podcasting is like when the pandemic struck, they were talking about everybody's podcasting, everybody's doing a podcast. But if you notice, a lot of them are just fading out now. Like they're not consistent with it. They're not doing it like how we do it. They're not doing it how consistent the top podcasters are doing it.
Yeah, I know, yo. I miss it too, yo. I gotta get back to it. But for the record, starting a business, which we have started a couple, is a real maintenance business. Is definitely made it hard. Made it harder because in the beginning, I was just letting it rock until tax time, and then I was like, oh shit, I gotta keep doing this paperwork, man. This business is real. It's more than paper, though. I don't want no problems with the IRS. But I think next month I'm gonna go back to it's gonna be Patreon exclusive right now, so it could work with the business because the company is moving. So I gotta be on. It's hard to really. I can't tell a customer no right now. So the day is the day. The day and the time is the day and the time I'm going. So, but I'm definitely going to start exclusively from right now until I get a nice studio, which is the reason why I went on my rant in the beginning. As soon as I find a real studio, then I'll go back to just regular. That means I'll be in a position to podcast and stay consistent. Right now, it's just going to be Patreon exclusive. A lot of voicing my thoughts on a lot of this shit. You know what I'm saying? A little more.
Yeah, there's
more parental advisory.
There's some topics that needs to be discussed on Patreon.
Yeah, a little less advisory thing.
We can't have it on.
I'm talking real, but BS3, I respect them, so I ain't saying it the way my first thought when you brought some of these topics up to me. But I think the freedom of cursing is okay. So I'm gonna wait until I do the show on Patreon, and you're gonna get his clips on YouTube and shit like that.
All right, let's take a quick break, man. We'll be back.
What do you get when you watch or listen to the Life Happens podcast? Well, I'll let them tell you.
Kim and I are both ministers of the gospel, and Life Happens podcast is a beautiful balance by simply taking our spirituality with real life and merging it together to create a beautiful balance. And that's what we do.
BS3 Network proudly presents Life Happens podcast, where Christianity and life intersect. Live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. This is a BS3 Network presentation. Politics.
They'll write the law, but they'll enforce it differently. Is that going to apply both ways?
Religion.
God never said that we can't reason together. Matter of fact, he said, let us sit and reason together.
Relationship.
I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody.
From a man's perspective.
They say, girls, if I put some polish on that and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner.
Join the thought engineer.
There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together.
And comedian John Yogi.
Negro, I don't need you putting on no chapstick up there in the pulpit. You do that over there in your chair.
Get ready for Monday. Live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central. Discouragement, sorrow, distance. Your arguments cause damage to your family. The hurt leads to divorce. You feel like there is nowhere else to turn. But there is hope for you. That's where we come into play. There is an overcomer that lives inside of you. One ready to take on the world as you leap for joy, living in victory. You'll grow to love yourself and others. There's life after divorce, and you can claim it today. Get Over Divorce, where your new story begins here every Thursday on YouTube and Spreaker.
And we are back. All right, so yes, we talk about podcasting, we talk about AI, we talk about all different things here. But now we're going to touch on the subject of digital detox. How do you balance screen time with real life connections? Because it seems like everybody's just online, connected. You see people at dinner tables out in restaurants, everybody's on their phone. What do you do to detach yourself sometimes from everything?
Anything. Like you know me, I've been working on not detaching myself from social media for a while. So I don't anything, yo. Life, even if it's just enjoying the world, enjoying the accomplishments once in a while, sitting in the park. Like things that you don't do because you're just on the phone all the time. Like outside is nice. Like it ain't as dangerous as people make it seem. It's danger out there, but there's more beauty outside than there is danger. So me, anything, I'd rather go do anything outside. I don't care if it's shopping, going walking through Home Depot. Like anything is more fun than just. And then I know when it's time to go hard on social media, but I go hard. I don't really care for. I be more puzzled at that shit. Like I used to never understand. Like when I first was doing it, and I'll put up like a memory of someone passing. I really never understood the likes. Like, why would you like it? It's more like you start realizing a lot of things. It makes it easier to not post as much or not. You can enjoy certain shit, but why would you like it? Like, I really didn't put it up there. I just put it out there. Maybe it's just let you know what space I'm in. I don't need you to like it, love it. I don't even need a sad face. It was just my thing. So a lot of the attention that when you get the likes is like, what the fuck is this for? Like me, it baffles me. Like to like certain shit that ain't likable. Like if you know me, then just hit me up. I mean, just saying, if you know me, hit me up. If you don't, I never was for the likes. Like I always.
All right, but that's not why people are liking it because you're suffering. It's just
I understand what they like in it, but I don't like it. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
So it makes it easier. It made it easy for me to like balance that phone time, like to balance the screen time. It made it mad easier because I don't get the pleasure out of the likes like other people get the pleasure out of likes for everything. Still got to get something back. I'm giving you all of these pictures and I'm not getting nothing back because the likes they ain't moving the needle for me. It ain't even like I need a certain number. It's just I'm just sharing. It's like for me, it's just I'm sharing my energy right now. That is it. Yeah. Not to respond back, not to say thank you for liking or thank you for your like. No, it's not none of that. It's just sharing an energy that I have to get. All this shit is therapeutic to me, so I don't really care for the response.
No, for me, sometimes it's. I don't on the weekends. I don't connect. I don't do any recording. I don't do anything except for when I was just doing my 30-day my reels. That was just a challenge to myself. But on weekends, I don't really connect. I don't really do anything. I don't do any shows unless it's a friend and they record it on a Sunday or something. But other than that, like weekends, I take to try to just spend the time with the wifey. And detach from any social media or connecting or posting or doing anything, because again, you need that time, that separation from all of this. You need that time and separate. There's times where I've been like I got a vacation coming up, and I didn't schedule any interviews for that week because that's the week that I take off and just relax and do whatever I'm gonna do, have my fun. Because I know when I get back, I'm back on the grind.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, everybody got to have a purpose. What their purpose is, if they fulfill with what their purpose is. Some people's purpose is never to get off that phone. Some people are addicted to the screen, which is worrisome for me when it comes to like children, because the whole world going to pass you by, and things are going to change that you don't even notice because you're always in the screen. And I think it's crucial for minority families that have children to give them the same chance as everybody else. And people try to make it seem like you can't it's harder to give them the same chance as somebody fortunate. And the one pushback I got is, if you don't educate him now so he could play later, then they're going to repeat what we did, which was play now, and now we working to fix shit, that because we was playing so much as younger people with everything, credit, everything. Like we did all the fun stuff, everything young, and now at 50, 40 something, we get in our. Now we in this, and and the work is just as hard, and it's just as much dedication. So to give our children a better chance in this space of life. They should be more understanding of putting that hard work in younger, so that they don't get to 50, 47 and got to work as hard.
Yeah.
The most fortunate,
and that's why we do what we do, is because we want to share. Like I have, like, if it's stuck in my mind, I have the coaches and I have all these, and we talk about topics that we never learned on. We never this stuff we never learned. Like there's things that, like, we never learned about credit cards and building credit and establishing all that. That now that you know about it now, and I'm sure you want to teach Taino about it now compared to him finding out when he's 18, 19, 20 years old and he's splurging and like, we weren't taught that. We just thought, oh, it's free money. Oh, I got a credit card, it's free money. We didn't think about the consequences of not paying the bill. Now, we didn't know about any of that. So now that you know about these things, you're able to teach Taino because you know what you were lacking, what you didn't know.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you can't misconstrue it from, oh, they kids, they gotta have fun.
No,
I'm telling you right now,
they should work hard now while they have the energy and they're still young and they have all that. Work hard now so that when you get our age, you can enjoy.
Yeah, you want to enjoy the money while you older, not blow through it, fuck it up. Like, we know that cycle, so why would I want to?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, had we known that we should be busting our asses when we was younger, doing the things that we were supposed to do, investing, not going to the club, not worrying about spending money on stupid shit, and more focusing on building our business, building this, building ourselves up. Now that we're later on in life and we're doing it, it's like, damn, if we would have known this 25 years ago, where the hell would we be at now? But it is.
Yeah,
what it
I'm
is.
just saying, like,
our task now is to make sure that the people under us don't follow that same path.
And that's what I think they mean when they say they want us to step up to the plate. You can't step up to the plate with everybody who's already programmed. There's no reprogramming them. You just sound like an old hater. The young ones, they have to understand, work now, play later. And if you're a Gen Z or a Gen X person, then it should be the focus. That should be the goal, is for us to make up for what we didn't do with the last generation and instill it in the next one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way we shouldn't fulfill that right there before the next generation even gets, before the Tainos and the Jadens and anybody gets to the point where they really are now the leaders of the pack. You know what I'm saying? They should be well equipped with all this fuckery shit that's going on. Between what we know with the Gen Zs, X knows, and all of the millennials. Yeah, the millennials, like, we all need to make sure that this next generation got a little bit of all of us. That's the only chance they got for anything, is that we gotta, like, you gotta board them, kind of. Like, them foreign exchange students come here with an agenda. And then when you look at them 20 years from now, doctors, driving what they want, enjoying life, and you sitting there going, "Dad, it's not fair." No, it's not, because you ain't provide the tools that your smart ass knew. You gotta be real with people, man. As smart as they are, man, they try to baby these kids. So now you babying these kids in a world where it's like no rules. So you sending them out there really as a sheep amongst wolves. They, like, people think that shit is cool. It's not cool. You don't gotta. You can send them out as a hybrid or something, but you can't send them out as sheep and then be fucking distraught that the wolves ate them up. You ain't preparing for these wolves. And people, they shelter the kids. I be watching, man. Kids is wild, man. They just mad disrespectful, and they still get what they want. It's like, damn, the world's gonna hurt them. Like the world will hurt them children right there. And people are not realizing that. So, but DeSantis, dumbass. See, when you start talking about children, now I think about him trying to tell black kids, our black children, minority children, whatever children, I don't care what color you are, you trying to tell these children that if you let yourself be a slave, you could advance in the world.
That's not what he's saying, but
that's what he's saying, man. If you're gonna teach kids that slavery had its perks, a lot of perks, like we was fortunate, then you're saying that slavery might be a career path. So I can get this trade. So I can get this trade, this skill.
All right. But
just saying.
We will be having check out the merch store. We got some Stuck in My Mind t-shirts, some OGs t-shirts on there. We will be having some new Real Watch Production t-shirts with the new logo on there up there soon. Check it out. Check out Stuck in My Mind podcast on all major platforms. Check out Mentality on all major platforms. You got anything else?
Prison of Peace.
Oh yes, definitely go get from
Amazon,
Plush Life, Prison
iBook.
Peace on Amazon. Yeah, iBook. Do I need to play play us out with the let's, you know what? Yeah, might as well. But I'll let that ride.
We don't promote ourselves enough.
I'll let that ride out with that one. We'll close out the show with that. So everybody have a great weekend. Check us out every Friday night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the BS3 network, and now as well on Real Wize TV. Anything else?
No.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.
Everyone has a story, but few have the power to change lives. Introducing the Plush Life,